My name is Lisandra and I am part of our Sable project. Today I want to share with you one of the activities we are preparing in the framework of this project. Our goal is to promote the use of art by linking with special education needs. Specifically, today we want to talk about a theater and literature workshop called Tell Me a Story. This activity is thinking for people with attention deficit between 12 and 14 years old. The duration of the activity is about 19 minutes, and the tools we will need are story cubes, paper, pencil, and colors. The use of story cube is a basic tool in psychopedagogical intervention and group workshop with children and youth. The objective of this activity is to encourage the pupils to tell a story with the image that emerges through the throwing of the dice. In this particular case, an attempt will be made to create a play among all the participants. Story cubes have the ability to awaken fantasy and imagination, to promote reading and writing stories, to strain critical thinking, to integrate families or friends in a stimulating activity without competition, but at the same time, sharing stories together or in teams allows group cohesion and telling stories about oneself, strength, self-esteem, and the ability to overcome fears. Writing supports plastic, corporal, musical, and plastic expression can be also added to this experience. A lot of studies argue the importance of play in the development of process of individual as it favors different social and cognitive skills. Play promotes the general development of the person, as it allows him or her to test rules and limitations that can be later extrapolated to the real situation with a certain guarantee of success. In the same way, the game process contributes to pupils with attention deficit to the development of social-emotional skills such as sociability, creativity, critical and communicative capacity, stimulates action, reflection, and expression. In the implementation of this activity, we will work with two main methodologies. The first one, visual thinking, and the second one, role-playing, that will favor an integrative approach in the work with these pupils. Within Bloom's taxonomy, this activity aims to work in two principal domains, the psychomotor and cognitive domain. In the case of psychomotor domain, the categories of origination and adaptation will be working on, where a student will have the possibility of create and design a new story from the image of the dice, which stimulates their creativity and their capacity of association between this image and their different meanings. On the other hand, from the affective domain, the categories of remembering and creating will be working on through the active participation of the student, who will have the possibility of recognizing the image and their meanings, linking them with the story in an inorganic way, and creating a new narrative through the concatenation of the group's ideas. The use of a story cube is a powerful tool to promote the creation of stories, which enhance creativity and helps develop language skill. They do not actually constitute a Montessori material, but some pedagogues consider them very Montessorian, or at least Montessori inspired. The images that appear in the dice have a great symbolic component that evokes different ideas according to the concept in which we live, our personality or our mood. The pupils will only have to use their imagination and their creativity to come up with a storyline that manages to connect all the dice. In this activity, however implausible it may seem at first, in the end each team or pupil will come up with more than one possible combination in the story. First of all, the pupils must be organized in groups of 5 to 6 members. The activity begins when the 9 dishes are rolled, and randomly we get 9 different drawings or images, with which the pupils of each group must tell a story. The story must contain all the elements and all team members must participate. This is very important. As in most cases, there are always children or students who find it more difficult to participate. We can use the technique of spinning paper. Each student should write in one color and rotate the paper. In this way, we can know which part each student should create and write. If a student does not know what to write in a different moment, he or she can pass to the next student until the paper is returned to him or her, but it is important that everyone participates in the activity. In this activity, all students become theater directors or playwrights or responsible for creating a play that will then be represented by the team with mime. At the end of the activity, a student will have the opportunity to choose the piece of theater they like it the most, and a group performance can be made for parents and the general public. At the end of this activity, the following variables are expected to be positively favored or encouraged. That means the development of creativity and imagination, autonomy, curiosity, oral and artistic expression, development of social skill, and assertive communication. With this kind of activity, we work on different aspects with our students. Creativity, since from the given image, a student will have to use their imagination to develop a story. Writing expression. We can ask the students to write down the stories they have thought of. Oral expression, by asking the students to tell us their story aloud. Collaborative work. Instead of creating stories individually, students are encouraged to work as a team and roll the dice to create the story together. Corporal expression. Although the explicit objective of this activity is to work an oral or writing expression, we can introduce corporal expression. Instead of making up stories using languages, it can be done using the body. It is very fun way to work on non-verbal communication. In addition, the fear of ridicule and embarrassment. Thanks to this activity, it is possible to work on the development of social skills and the improvement of coexistence, since it is a proposal capable of summoning and generating fun without the need to compete or rival. Therefore, it favors cooperative work and the collective construction of stories. At present, active methodology have become a great ally in any learning process for pupils with attention deficit. In this way, the word game is assimilated to learning in any of its dimensions, as it works important cognitive and executive function. Through the dynamic of the proposed activity, it is possible to learn, for example, factors such as respecting the turn in a multiplayer game, decision-making when choosing the course that the story will follow, working cognitive flexibility from the adaptation to the change that occurred in the story, and the need for constant accommodation of the story. Even the working memories training, which is extremely important during any learning process to operate in seconds by retaining a small amount of the data in the activity. On an emotional level, this activity helps to create bonds, such as a group bonding and respect for each other's ideas. By playing, you learn that we do not all think the same, and that everyone has a different perspective and way of looking at the development of this activity. In this way, we also work the respect for the diversity.